Welcome back, design enthusiasts, to another episode of Daily Interior Design Inspo. I am your host, Betsy Helmuth, and today we have an incredible story for you. We are diving into a stunning kitchen makeover that took a standard cookie-cutter kitchen and transformed it into a bohemian dream, all while tripling the storage space. Intrigued? Let us get started. Our story takes place in a 1977 home in Charlotte, North Carolina. The kitchen in question was a cramped and outdated 320 square foot space with mustard-colored walls, limited natural light, and strangely low upper cabinets. Homeowners Jill Livick and her partner Melvin Jewett knew the kitchen needed a major overhaul. Initially, Jill and Melvin had grand plans to expand the kitchen by extending it through an exterior wall. However, when they received a contractor's estimate ranging from $85,000 to $120,000, they quickly scrapped that idea. Instead, they decided to work within the existing footprint to make the space feel larger. The first step was to bring in a structural engineer to determine if they could remove the wall dividing the kitchen and living room. Fortunately, they got the green light and the demolition began. Jill and Melvin initially hired professionals for the demo, but soon realized they could have saved money by doing it themselves. Once the demo was complete, Melvin laid down new wood plank flooring and installed new cabinets. They even used the Home Depot's design service to help plan the cabinet layout. One challenge they faced was an uneven ceiling, which made installing floor-to-ceiling cabinets quite the puzzle. But their hard work paid off. They tripled their storage space by adding an island and extending the cabinets to the ceiling. The project was not without its hiccups. Supply chain issues due to the COVID-19 pandemic caused delays in receiving their new kitchen window and quartz countertops. Jill advises that, in hindsight, they would have ordered materials much sooner to avoid downtime. Despite these setbacks, they eventually installed quartz counters on the island and a butcher block perimeter countertop, which they stained themselves. One of the standout features of this kitchen is the emerald green tile backsplash, inspired by designer Justina Blakeney's own kitchen. Although the tiling process was messy, Jill and Melvin managed to complete it with a little help from a handy friend. They also saved money by having an electrician friend install can lights and a brass ceiling pendant. To complete the look, they added designated cookbook shelves and open shelving, which they filled with plants and pretty serving pieces. The result? A Bohemian-Chic kitchen that is not only functional, but also a feast for the eyes. Jill and Melvin could not be happier with how everything turned out, and they are still loving every little detail. I hope this story inspires you to take on your own home projects, even if they seem daunting at first. Remember, with a bit of creativity and elbow grease, you can transform any space into your dream room. Stay tuned for more stories and tips on Daily Interior Design Inspo. All right, design enthusiasts, let us talk about a game-changing find that will have you rushing to your nearest Costco. We are diving into the perfect Costco organizing superhero you will use in every room of your home. Yes, I am talking about a chic, full-service bamboo organizer that will clear clutter in a snap for just $25. Intrigued? Let us get into the details. Instagram content creator Angela Ackerman, who goes by a Costco Guide, shared this incredible Costco find in a recent post, and I immediately knew I had to tell you all about it. Angela panned over the organizer in-store and then showed how she uses it in her home pantry. She said, "I just picked up this sliding bin organizer and I absolutely love it." This organizer is sold by the brand Seville at Costco, and it comes with 4 non-slip feet to ensure that everything you store within it stays secure. The bamboo finish is not only chic, but also makes it easy to clean in case of accidental spills. According to Angela, I threw it in my pantry, and it is great to store fruits and veggies to keep them all organized. You can even put spices in it or throw it under a bathroom sink, and it is only $24.99. Angela even mentioned in her post, I should have done a before and after of my pantry because mine was a disaster. I think I am going back for a couple more. And she is not the only one raving about this product. One 5-star reviewer on Costco's website wrote, "Love this. Nice and compact, but has plenty of room." Now, if you are wondering about the dimensions, the bin itself measures 8 inches wide by 13.5 inches deep by 3.75 inches high. The overall dimensions of the product are 9 inches wide by 14 inches deep by 12.37 inches high. Sure, it might take up a bit of space on your countertop or in your pantry, but it will make it so much easier to store items and keep them organized for whenever you need them. And here is the cherry on top. You can order this organizer online and have it shipped directly to your door. Although be prepared to pay a slightly higher price of $33.99 for the convenience. You can also shop for and buy the Seville sliding organizer on Instacart. If you are not a Costco member, do not worry. You can order a similar organizer from Amazon for $29.99 by the brand Uconvi. It is wider than the Seville sliding organizer, though not as deep, but depending on your space, it might work better for your needs. Or you could buy both and use them for different needs in different rooms. So, whether you are looking to declutter your kitchen, pantry, or bathroom, this bamboo sliding bin organizer is a versatile and affordable solution. Trust me, once you try it, you will wonder how you ever lived without it. Trends may come and go, but white is the universal fallback paint color, a timeless backdrop for kitchens, bedrooms, and bathrooms. A white room not only offers unrivaled versatility for the designer who likes to switch things up with color and pattern, but also gives a room the illusion that it is larger and more expansive. Not to mention its minimalistic aesthetic that feels both clean and elegant. The color of purity. White is the very essence of projecting a clean and ordered environment, says Patrick O'Donnell, color expert and Farrow & Ball's brand ambassador. Choosing the best white paint color for your space, however, is an enduring challenge. With so many nuances and undertones available online, white is not just white anymore. It is off-white, ecru, cream, ivory. Must we go on? And just like for every other color, finding the right hue requires special consideration of architectural details, finishes, and lighting. So where do you even begin to choose the perfect paint color? To help, top designers share the best shades of white and where to use them. With any luck, you will spend less time attempting to decipher the difference between two hues that are practically indistinguishable and spend more time enjoying your space. Before you start to browse paint decks and swatch your walls, it is important to take stock of your space's qualities, like the amount and direction of light coming into your room. If it is a north-facing room, a clean white will feel too chilly, so consider whites that have underlying red or yellow notes through them, O'Donnell says. On the flip side, whites with cooler undertones will help balance out the intensity of the light in a south-facing room. Another thing to consider, how your white in question will work with the rest of your color palette. If you are using whites on your trim and moldings to go with your chosen wall color, think of a white that has underlying tonal notes of your wall color, O'Donnell adds. For a dark green, such as green smoke, consider a slightly dirtier white with green undertones like old white from our traditional neutrals. This will create a softer contrast than a true white. And before you commit to the look, consider what other elements will be in the space, from artwork to furniture pieces to boldly patterned curtains. Once you have figured out the type of white your space needs, it is time to peruse these top designer-approved tones. First up, we have Sherwin-Williams Snowbound SW 7004. For a tried-and-true neutral that has chameleon-like tendencies, you cannot go wrong with Snowbound by Sherwin-Williams. It is one of my favorite whites because it is warm without being too yellow, explains Amy Lefferink of Interior Impressions. It has a very clean undertone, no green, blue, or pink hues. Though it will look like a true white when solo, it will take on a grayish tone when coupled with other hues. Looking for the perfect pigment for a kid's space? White may not be the first color that comes to mind, but Benjamin Moore's Atrium White OC 145 is designed to appeal to the entire family. If you want your home to feel really calm and relaxing, I suggest using a white that has a creamy tone to it, designer Michelle Gerson says. Benjamin Moore's Atrium White has a little bit of a peach tone. Next, we have Dunn Edwards Cool, December DEW 383. There is a reason why Cool December by Dunn Edwards has been Breegan Jane's go-to white for 10 years and counting. It strikes the perfect balance and always seems to do the trick for me, the designer shares. Plus, it is touch-up friendly and works well with magic erasers, which is important for moms like myself who have active kids. Icy and bright, this option strikes a happy medium between cool and clinical. White is a foolproof option for your kitchen, and the cool undertones of Modern White by Sherwin-Williams will look squeaky clean and pure. To keep the look from going too sterile, designers and Modern White fans Beth Dotolo and Carolina Gentry of Pulp Design Studios recommend pairing it with bolder hues. We like to add a little twist to our mostly white kitchens, like with a burst of orange on a bar stool or a boldly patterned backsplash, the duo explains. Pair your rich, wooden finishes with Benjamin Moore's Ivory White, a creamy white that designer Christina Kim stands behind. Sometimes you need a creamy white, which can be tough to get right. It is easy to veer too yellow, which is why I really love Benjamin Moore's Ivory White, she says. This creamy white works best when you envelop the room completely and paint the trim walls and ceiling in it. Do not let its name fool you. Benjamin Moore's Snowfall White will look good in any type of climate. As a crisp, icy white, this hue will perfectly reflect what is outside. For the perfect, crisp, icy white, we used Benjamin Moore Snowfall throughout this sky-high pied-à-terre, shares Kendall Wilkinson. When the signature San Franciscan fog rolls in, you feel like you are floating on a cloud. For Joelle Smith, the key to finding the perfect white is identifying the mood you want to create. If a cozy, welcoming space is what you are going for, Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams has you covered. Mimi Meacham of Marion Louise Designs is also a fan. It is the perfect, fresh, warm white. It does not read too creamy, but still falls soft and stays crisp. Ready to create contrast? Smith loves to pair Alabaster with Navel, which is also from Sherwin-Williams. According to designer Stephanie Brown, Oxford White is a reliable shade that is super adaptable to modern and traditional spaces alike. With the slightest cool cast, think of this hue as a perfect match for bright, crisp rooms. It reads beautifully on walls and trims, Mona Hodge adds. It has a crisp and soft feeling with both natural and applied light. Designer Courtney Bishop swears by Farrow and Ball's Schoolhouse White, a soft off-white that never fails to create a welcoming and comfortable home. It is a timeless off-white that promotes old-world warmth and is a solid foundation that marries architectural features, materials, and accent colors, she shares. Looking for a shade that offers the best of both worlds, you cannot go wrong with this option from direct-to-consumer brand Claire. Snow Day is the perfect cool white that has just enough warmth to keep it from feeling sterile, says Nicole Gibbons. This is a great option for a south-facing room or for a bright white to pair with cool colors. If you want to keep hidden undertones of blues, yellows, and pinks to a minimum, Pure White by Sherwin-Williams is designed to deliver. It is an elegant white, which grounds the space and creates a nice neutral background to allow your furniture to shine, designer Eileen Kashashian shares. Best of all, this fail-safe white can be used just about anywhere. It has a brightness that is soft and welcoming, designer Joy Williams shares. It looks great on trim in any setting, indoors and out, without being too harsh. I have used it on kitchen cabinets, and it makes them look clean and welcoming, but not sterile like some whites. There is a reason why Benjamin Moore's White Dove is a crowd pleaser among the design community. Simply put, this warm white looks good virtually everywhere. White Dove has a creamy undertone that brings a lovely warmth to homes in urban environments or those in climates that often experience gray and overcast skies, Emily Monroe explains. Meanwhile, in more traditional settings, White Dove reads as a crisp white without being too cold or modern. The reason everyone loves Benjamin Moore's Simply White is, well, quite simple. Benjamin Moore. Simply White is always a crowd pleaser, insists Kristen Pina. It is a warm but true white that looks both crisp and cozy in every space. Since this true white has the slightest warm tinge, it can look great in a breadth of spaces. Victoria Hagan loves Simply White in kitchens, while Meredith Bear prefers it in darker rooms with little to no natural sunlight. Or, if you want to double down on the simplicity, Chauncey Boothby applies it on both the walls and trim to create the feel of a warm, sun-splashed room. According to Nicole Green, Chantilly lace by Benjamin Moore is the most universal paint color, and rightfully so. I find myself going back to it again and again in order to create a bright white space that is warm and welcoming rather than sterile and cold, she shares. In a sea of whites, this is my tried and true. With a subtle, cool gray base, this is a clean, pure white that offers the perfect blank canvas. In fact, designer Rosa Beltran used this shade in every room of her Spanish modern home in Los Angeles. Depending on the environment, Sherwin-Williams's extra white can read a bit blue in cooler lighting. However, if you are looking for a pristine white that feels so fresh and so clean, it cannot be beat. This color is crisp and clean, but not too stark, says Robin Strickler. It complements all different interiors. Designer Janie Molster is having a love affair with Benjamin Moore's Dune White, which has muted grayish-green undertones. I veer away from whites that are too clear and absent of pigment, she shares. I like the knocked-down elements of Dune White. It is a warm, flattering color inside and outside. I tell my clients it is a true white with the dimmer switch dialed down. Want to brighten your space? Designer Tali Roth relies on the sightly cool super white. It is too cool for some people's preferences, she explains. For me, it is spot on. John Call agrees, noting that its cool nature reminds him of the walls at the Gagosian Gallery. What I love about this color is that it makes your furnishings stand out like a piece of art, he says. Not only does Benjamin Moore's Calm have a warm gray undertones, giving it a warm, inviting flair, but it can also adapt to its surroundings with ease. Calm is particularly responsive to changes in lighting, whether natural or artificial, shares Allison Babcock. It is extremely versatile no matter what style, color scheme, or room you are working with. But where to put down a fresh coat of Calm? Dana DeBeck recommends your personal quarters. What could be more appropriate in one's bedroom retreat than the feeling of calm, promoting quiet, reflective, and relaxing moments? The biggest challenge with white paint is when it leans gray or blue or yellow and skews the look you were going for, explains Alessandra Wood, Vice President of Style at Modsy. That is exactly why she is so fond of Farrow and Ball's all white, which is categorized as a pure white. It is like a good friend, Bradford adds. Easy to be around, dependable, and it makes you and all the things around you look terrific. It stays consistent in any light, but in the afternoon, it can really make a room feel like it is glowing. With a touch of yellow, C2 cotton is a soft white that will emphasize your home's charming architectural features. It is the perfect backdrop to enhance wood, and I especially love it in bedrooms, Elizabeth Martin shares. It makes skin sparkle. If you cannot resist a pure white, Benjamin Moore's Decorator's White hits that sweet spot between cool and modern. Nothing beats a clean, crisp white wall, and my go-to is Benjamin Moore Decorator's White, O'Hara Davies Gaetano explains. It is crisp and slightly cool, making it the perfect backdrop to pop other colors used within a room. While Decorator's White is a great fit for any room that requires a bright, clean hue, Jeff Andrews shares that he specifically uses this shade for ceilings and woodwork. On the hunt for the perfect white paint for your kitchen or bathroom? Katie Ritter is a big fan of Paper White, which has the perfect dose of gray undertones. It melds the grays of Carrara marble and the stark white of sinks and toilets, she says. That way, this fresh coat of paint will set your luxurious stones do all of the talking. If a warm ivory is what you are going for, consider Farrow and Ball's pointing, which Kathy Purple Cherry of Purple Cherry Architects says is reminiscent of an old piece of parchment paper, in the best way, of course. I am drawn to colors that are what I call non-colors, such as Farrow and Ball's pointing, she shares. A sunny day can intensify the hue even more, bringing a great glow to a space. Tilton Fenwick's Anne Maxwell Foster and Suicel de Pedro Cunningham also love the tint because it can look at home in both a sun-drenched farmhouse or one-windowed city bedroom. This is the perfect ivory for almost every setting. Not too bright and not too creamy, the duo shares. We are all about striking that balance. Though Farrow and Ball's Wimborne White has a touch of yellow, designer Amy Sklar insists it is not too warm. It has just a hair of yellow, but does not read too warm, she shares. It really just feels like a perfect, clean white. Because of the depth of Farrow and Ball's formulas, it has a certain richness to it. It is the white I tend to favor for more traditional interiors. Want to give your white paint some extra pizzazz? Suzanne Kasler recommends using this shade in high gloss to achieve a very chic and modern look without using a real lacquer. Classic and creamy, Swiss coffee is the perfect warm white that does not have too strong yellow or pink undertones. There should be one cozy room, such as the living room, in every home, says Trip Hanisch. In this type of space, I like to use white paint as the backdrop for an amazing collection of art, which brings a pop of color. We admit, designer Joe Nahum gave us the tip-off on this one, and we were taking detailed notes. In the primary bedroom of the El Decor penthouse, he used both strong white and skimming stone below, which together achieved an effortlessly cohesive scheme. The light gray undertones of this cool white work well in modern architectural spaces, exuding a satisfying sense of spaciousness. While this hue pairs handsomely with the aforementioned white, it stands well enough on its own, too. This stony off-white takes its name from a 19th century skim or plaster color, but also calls to mind lazy childhood afternoons skipping stones. Its subtle, warm, light gray undertones prove to emit a cocooning effect, making it ideal for bedroom schemes. While it is considered one of Farrow and Ball's contemporary neutrals, it is very versatile and can be paired with the lighter, strong white above and darker elephant's breath for a clean and contemporary look, but it can also be used in a darker statement scheme alongside Pelt or London clay. If a paint color could have a personality, this one would be very easygoing. Whitish and coolish white 02 is spot on when you do not want to commit to a white that is too stark. The website description reads, "It is an off-white, gray-tinted hue that has a crisp and paper-like matte finish." Like many matte hues, white 002 works well in minimalistic color schemes that shine with just the right dimensional finish. Another Lick signature, white 06. Matte is a warm, whispery white that is elevated with pink undertones for an enveloping neutral. The company says it is perfect for creating a room that melts your cares away. If you live in a space in need of warmth, this is the nourishing paint color for you. Lime paint's thicker mineral consistency, made with lime and powdered marble, makes for a subtly pleasing texture that complements both traditional and modern settings. When combined with water, Vasari's natural white lime paint creates the trending lime wash look in a light and bright classic no-frills white hue that is a true bright white paint. All right, design enthusiasts, let us talk about creating a bathroom that feels like a spa oasis with the perfect lighting. While a bathroom is primarily a functional space, it is also a great place to show off your decor. To echo the styling of the rest of your home and to create a consistent look throughout, choosing lighting that fits the vibe is key. When considering what kind of lighting you need in a bathroom, think about your individual needs. Will an overhead light illuminate every nook and cranny, making it easier to find what you need? Perhaps a multi-light vanity light will help you put on your makeup flawlessly. And do not forget to have some fun with your bathroom lighting ideas, too. We are looking at you, Neon. Designer Rosanna Basford, principal and founder of Memo Interiors, says that to create an ideal lighting formula in the bathroom, you need multiple layered sources of light. For instance, a ceiling light will provide overall ambient lighting in the bathroom, and adding a vanity light will offer more direct task lighting when you are standing in front of the mirror. Speaking of vanity lighting, Basford says, it is ideal to place it at face level, evenly on the left and right of the mirror, rather than up high over the mirror. That way, the lighting on your face is even and well balanced. Lighting up high can cast shadows that can make it hard to see. That does not mean you need to skip vanity lighting over the mirror, though. If you think it works for you, you can opt for it along with sconces on either side. When shopping for bathroom lights, consider the following. The type of fixture, for instance, while a ceiling light will provide overall light, a sconce or two can offer bonus task lighting. The color temperature, warm white will make things look nice and cozy, while neutral light acts as functional lighting. And make sure everything is rated for bathrooms. That means they need to be geared toward damp or wet locations. Also, do you want your lighting to be dimmable? And how comfortable are you with the process for installing the light? Once you work your way through these considerations, it is time to find bathroom lighting that matches your style. For starters, get inspired by these 15 bathroom lighting ideas. First up, match your lighting. Mixing it up when it comes to metals and lighting fixtures is all the rage these days, but there is something about matching your bathroom lighting that creates an even more cohesive look. That is what Megan McCluskey and her husband Gareth did in their UK bath, where the glass globe pendant matches the globe sconces. Next, get a statement-making flush mount. You may think that flush mount lights, which hold tight to the ceiling, are mostly streamlined and nondescript, but you can find ones that stand out all on their own. Go for a bright metallic finish and a globe-style light bulb, as seen in this modern meets classic bathroom belonging to Erica Hart and partner Ebony Donley. Third, opt for a sconce with a shade. Who says that sconces cannot have their very own lampshades? It makes them look more stylish and kind of adorable, as seen in this bathroom owned by Claire Champion. Fourth, go for the globe vanity light. A globe-style vanity light is great for adding those mid-century modern vibes, making any bathroom, Whether it is leaning into that aesthetic or begging for contrast, look a lot cooler. If you find a small enough vanity light, the globes can even be partnered with a teeny tiny mirror and vanity, which is proven through Fernanda Clark's lighting choice. Or double up. If you do not have enough space for an entire globe-style vanity light, or you just prefer to keep things simple, choose a sconce that features 2 or more globe bulbs to provide ample light for your vanity and to create visual interest. You can spot one in Cass Danson's groovy bathroom. 5th, hang a backlit mirror. Newsflash: you do not have to pick an actual light fixture to illuminate your bathroom. Instead, you can do as Casey Rogers and Juan Esteves did in their bathroom and hang a backlit mirror. It puts out a cool, modern glow. It saves space if you cannot squeeze in an extra fixture. And the best part, it is a lot easier to install than a light, and it is renter-friendly too. 6th, lean toward unexpected materials. While metal and glass tend to be tried and true materials for light fixtures, nowadays you can find lights in all types of materials to liven up your bathroom. For instance, if you are going for a cottage or coastal look in your bath, look to wicker for visual appeal, something that Natalie Packin did in her bathroom. 7th, rattan is always a good choice. Speaking of materials, for a boho ambiance, you cannot go wrong with rattan, whether it is in your bathroom or anywhere else. Pick a pendant to add flair to your bathroom, which is what Fija did in her bathroom, or even an entire chandelier in rattan to really drive the boho vibes home. Need a quick and renter-friendly take on this? Place a rattan shade over an existing light in your bathroom. 8th, gravitate toward a little glamour. For the ultimate in vanity lights, consider going old school. Back in the day, exposed bulbs on strips of metal-lined vanity mirrors, offering tons of light to put on your makeup perfectly, and a bit of a glamorous look. You can still buy those vanity lights today, as seen in this bathroom belonging to photographer Jacqueline Claire. 9th, consider an adhesive puck light, or 2. As a renter, you may be limited in what you can accomplish with your bathroom lighting. If you need just a little more light, or if you could install a new fixture but your electrical skills are not up to par, think about an adhesive puck light. These days, they look pretty sleek and modern, as seen in Maite Boren and Janice Fernandez's bathroom, and can be put up with ease. But keep in mind that when you remove a puck light, some stickiness may be left behind, though you can remove that with Goo Gone or rubbing alcohol. 10th, look for linear lights. To keep your bathroom looking streamlined and polished, seek out lighting with linear detailing. For example, in Chloe Griffin's bathroom, a linear sconce above the vanity is all it needs, reinforcing the minimalist appearance of the space. 11th, make it neon. Okay, so a neon light is not practical for, say, putting on your makeup or doing your hair, but as an accent light, it is pretty darn amazing. To add super cool atmosphere to a bathroom, make like Shiva Faroki and add a neon light to your bathroom in your preferred hue by hanging it, leaning it, or choosing a standalone fixture. 12th, ponder a black pendant. Whether your bathroom is a modern farmhouse masterpiece or needs an industrial touch, a black metal pendant light is always the way to go. In this bathroom, designed by Rowan and Tim Giles, a black pendant light matches impeccably with the black tiles and bathtub. 13th, embrace traditional details. To make your bathroom look as unfussy and classic as possible, think timeless when it comes to your lighting. For example, a double sconce in brass with 2 shades invites the eye to linger just long enough without being overpowering, which Ellen Mallarney did with this bath. 14th, be fancy. Your bathroom is a place where you should feel your very best, which is great when people bring special or even fancy accents into this space. Crystal, or just glass in general, is always an ideal choice. Natalie Derelick was not shy about going glam in her bathroom. And finally, 15th, make it cozy. Whether you are using soft, warm light bulbs or layering your lighting sources, the key to a spa-like bathroom is creating a cozy and inviting ambiance. Think about how you can make your bathroom a retreat from the everyday hustle and bustle. Well, design enthusiasts, that wraps up today's episode of Daily Interior Design Inspo. I hope you found these bathroom lighting ideas inspiring and helpful for creating your own spa-like oasis at home. Remember, the right lighting can transform any space into a relaxing retreat. Until next time, stay creative and keep designing.